back to the Halloween Spooktacular here on Troy Hill Talks. Tonight we're diving into Halloween 2, made in 1981, the direct sequel that picks up the very same night Michael went on his babysitter stalking rampage. And let me tell you, I love that idea. No waiting weeks or years in that movie universe, no time jump. We're right back in Haddonfield, the same night Laurie Strode survived her first nightmare. To me, that's brilliant storytelling. It's like rewinding the VHS only to realize the movie never ended. Michael just clocked in for the graveyard shift. What's your favorite horror sequel that picked up immediately where the first one left off? Halloween 2? Evil Dead 2, or something else? Let's set the scene. It's 1981, horror is booming, Friday the 13th came out in 1980, and proved slashers would make money fast. The burning question, could Carpenter's Halloween get a worthy follow-up? John Carpenter and Deborah Hill didn't want to direct again, but they did write the script. Carpenter famously said he typed it with a six-pack of Budweiser every night. That explains a lot about the film's heavier violence and the more surreal, dreamlike touches. And stepping into the director's chair, Rick Rosenthal, who was supposed to mirror Carpenter's suspense style, but the studio wanted more blood and more kills. Welcome to the 80s. This is the genius of Halloween 2. It's not the next day, it's the same Halloween night. Laurie's rushed to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. Loomis is still prowling the streets shouting, "I shot him 6 times!" And Michael, he's limping, bleeding, but relentless. That continuation makes the film feel like one long nightmare. You never get to breathe. I love that. It's claustrophobic, it's relentless, and it builds this mythology that Michael Myers can't be stopped. Would you have preferred Halloween 2 to pick up the next year? Or do you think the same night approach was the right call? Now let's talk the atmosphere. Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. Creepy, empty, underlit. Honestly, it looks more abandoned than a working hospital. Where's everybody at? Did the whole staff call in sick? But it works. The hallways feel like hunting grounds. The fluorescent lights hum like a soundtrack of dread. And suddenly, Michael's stalking nurses and orderlies feel even scarier than him in the suburb. A quick fun fact, John Carpenter later admitted he wasn't happy with how slow the early hospital sequences were. That's why they punched it up with gorier deaths in the reshoots. Which is why Halloween 2 feels way bloodier than the first film. It's part suspense, part early 80s slasher boom. Donald Pleasance once again goes full Shakespeare tragedy as Loomis. He's frantic, sweaty, and dramatic. By now, Loomis is basically the guy with a bullhorn yelling, "I told you so." But Pleasance sells it. Now, Laurie spends a lot of the movie sedated, which some fans criticize. But her final act, crawling through the hospital hallways, barely escaping Myers, is classic final girl energy. And Michael, he's evolved. He's not just a shape anymore. He's borderline supernatural. Shot, burned, stabbed, and still moving. Seriously, Michael takes more damage than a video game boss and still keeps walking. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a health bar hidden off screen. Now here's the controversial part. Carpenter added the Laurie as Michael's sister twist. He admitted it was desperation writing, he needed a hook. But whether you love it or hate it, it changed the franchise forever. Every sequel after had to deal with the sibling connection. It gave Michael a motive, but it also kind of boxed him in. To me, it works in this movie. It added tension to the hospital chase, but part of me misses the mystery of Michael being evil with no reason. Sometimes less is more. Let's break down the kills. The hot tub scalding, iconic. The scalpel lift, brutal. Michael stalking silently through surgical corridors, nightmare fuel. The cinematography once again gives us shadows and silhouettes. The blue lighting of the hospital halls is gorgeous and chilling, and Carpenter's score, even more synth, heavy, harsher, sharper than the first film. It's like the music got angrier with the sequel. That combo, Rosenthal's suspense plus Carpenter's touch-ups, make Halloween 2 feel like a bridge between classy horror and the 80s slasher wave. And then there's the finale. Laurie shoots Michael in the eyes. 2 perfect shots while sedated. Shout out Laurie for the best aim in horror history. And Loomis sacrifices himself by blowing up the operating room. And then Michael walking out of the flames before collapsing. That's cinema. It was meant to kill him off for good, to end the story. You can feel the finality in that explosion. But of course money talks. Michael Myers doesn't stay dead. But if the franchise had ended here, in my opinion, it would have been a solid 2-film saga. So where does Halloween 2 land for me? It's not as perfect as the original, but I love that same night continuation. The hospital setting is creepy, the kills are memorable, and the finale feels epic. Out of 5 flaming jack-o'-lanterns, I'm gonna give this one a strong 4. Do you think Halloween 2 is a perfect sequel, or should it have stopped with the original? If you're enjoying this Halloween spooktacular, make sure to subscribe. We've got Halloween 3 coming next, and trust me, that's a wild ride. Binge the playlist, follow me on TikTok and IG, and keep the spooky conversations going in the comments. Until next time, keep it real and keep it spooky.